Blessed be the barley. Hi guys, and welcome to this week's episode of The Handmaid's Ale. I am Hannah and I am The Handmaid's Ale. First off, a little announcement. This is the last time you are going to be seeing this as a background, because from this weekend I am moving to Bristol and starting a whole new job and a whole new life. I am very excited, a little bit apprehensive, but I'm looking forward to what the future has to hold. And on the note of the future, I should have a video next week, but just a pre-warning, if I don't, obviously I'm moving somewhere completely new, I'm going to have housemates, and I'm not really sure how the filming is going to go, but I'll keep you up to date on my social media, so you need to follow me everywhere on there. They're all linked down below. Right, on to the beer. This week we are trying the white ale from Hitachino Nest beer. It is a Japanese beer. I'm not really familiar with too many Japanese beers other than the ones you get at like Wagamama's and Yo Sushi, so this I'm quite excited to try. I have seen it in some craft beer places. I remember a pub in Ipswich, the Spread Eagle, they stock it, and you can find it in some supermarkets, which is where I found my one. So Hitachino Nest Brewery didn't initially start off brewing beer, so a little history about them. They actually started 195 years ago brewing sake. Do you brew sake? Making sake. And then in 1994, Japan loosened the laws about brewing beer. Before that, only the 4 main breweries in Japan could make beer, and then they sort of loosened it so smaller breweries could open up. But the big issue that was faced, which is one that Hitachino faced, was that no one really knew how to do it, because the large breweries, they would train you, but for millions of yen apparently, so no one really knew how to do it, so it took a few years to get the ball rolling. But with a little help from Canadian and American brewers, they did start brewing their own beer, and then they kind of exploded, and they're now really, really popular, especially in North America. I am going to be trying the white ale. It is a wheat beer, so I'm expecting it to be wheaty and pale, and I think they say it's supposed to be a little bit citrusy with a little bit of coriander flavours to it. So the can says, because I've just found it because I thought it was all in Japanese, but it's not. This white ale is brewed with wheat, malt, and flavoured with coriander, orange peel, and nutmeg. So it's kind of what I just said it should be. It is 5.5%, 5.5%, and this is a 330ml can. I've never, 350ml, get the extra 20ml in. I have never seen it on draft, but you can also buy this in bottles. I have served it like they suggest on the website, chilled between 6 and 9 degrees centigrade, and because it's quite a small can, I didn't want to use a big glass, so I've just gone back to my old fruit beer tulip glass. Ideally I would have more of a almost flute-like glass, like a Krombacher glass, but I don't have one, so we're just gonna have to deal with a tulip. Okie pokey, let's crack it open. Lovely. Smells yeasty. Smells like bread dough. This week I went to Ringwood Brewery and got to sniff their vats, and they were very bread dough like. And this isn't dissimilar. I can get lemon peel. No coriander yet though. Okay. Spin it round so you can see all the colour. It is very, very carbonated. It's quite pale. Pale golden colour as expected. Let's give it another sniff. Quite a mild smell. Still yeasty, not really yeasty though, not as yeasty as a Belgian style wheat beer. Okay, let's give it a try. very smooth, quite sweet, not as rich and heavy as a European wheat beer, because I always taste them and think the gluten is kind of weighing it down, if that makes sense. But this, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that with this at all. It's citrusy sweet without being acidic or too tart. It's almost like lemon curd sweet, so you do sort of have that smooth texture to it. It's pleasant. I don't usually go for a white beer, and I am enjoying this. It doesn't taste like a 5.5, it doesn't taste over 5% at all. It actually tastes very mild. Tasting it chilled definitely dulls the senses, so I would be intrigued to try this once it's not so fresh out the fridge. But I am pleasantly surprised at how light this is. I really did think it was going to be a bit richer. All in all, I give white ale from Hitachino Nest 3.5 stars out of a possible 5. I am enjoying it. I just don't get the flavours or the full spectrum of flavours that it promises, hence why I'm not giving it a bigger score. I mean, the description says coriander, nutmeg, orange peel, and it should be a soft and flavourful taste. I'm just getting the softness from it. I'm getting orange peel, but I'm not getting coriander and I'm not getting nutmeg. So it's not as flavourful as I would like. It's a good white beer, a wheat beer, however you want to say it, but it's not going to be my favourite. I'm not a fan of those in general, as I keep saying, but it's okay. Would order again if I wanted that was something slightly lighter, but not a lager, basically. And that's how I'm going to sum it up. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of A Handmaid's Ale. If you have, then you need to give me a like down below and comment. I'd love to hear some suggestions of some Bristol beers now I'm moving, and I hope to see you next week. If not, it will be the week after. Until next time, guys, bye bye.